So, 2025 has just started, but we already have so many premium Android phones. However, high-end phones also mean high-end price tags, like this 1.3 lakh rupee S25 Ultra carries. For many, this is the penultimate Android phone. But there also exists a different breed of Android flagships like this OnePlus 13. These phones pack flagship specs but very well remain below the 1 lakh rupee price mark. So, the question I'll try to address in this video is spend or save. That is, when the OnePlus 13 saves you a whopping 60,000 rupees over the S25 Ultra, why even consider this Samsung? But before I start, kindly smash that subscribe button for more offbeat gadget comparisons like this one. Okay, so the design and in-hand feel of these two phones are worlds apart. Let's start with the Samsung because it feels quite different from the Ultras of the past. When I first saw this smartphone in photos, I was kind of mad at Samsung for making it less boxier than before. But now that I've seen it, I must say that this design really works. Sure, the edges are more rounded than before, but the overall design is still pretty boxy, which continues to give this a distinct look. The titanium frame is now flat, which works wonders to elevate the overall look of this phone, although yeah, the ergonomics do take a hit because of this. I'm also a big fan of this color, which turns from silver to blue when the light hits it right. But despite being slightly shorter and lighter than its predecessor, the S25 Ultra is still a massive smartphone. Let's face it, most people do not want their super premium smartphone to be low-key. And the S25 Ultra is gonna make quite a statement in your hand because of its massive footprint and great design. So yeah, the bragging part has been nailed by Samsung. The OnePlus 13 is quite different altogether. It is much flatter than its predecessor, but it still has subtle curves at the front and the back. These curves make it more comfortable to hold than the Samsung. The rear design of the OnePlus 13 is unmistakably OnePlus, though the camera island is now not merged with the frame of the smartphone, which takes away a bit of uniqueness. This matte white color of a review device looks quite good, although I will prefer the cool dual tone blue if I'm buying the OnePlus 13. The OnePlus also has an ace up its sleeve, which is this incredibly practical alert slider. For durability, Samsung gets Gorilla Glass Armor 2 protection for its display, whereas the OnePlus gets a new proprietary ceramic guard glass with unproven reliability. Underneath these displays, you have ultrasonic fingerprint scanners on both smartphones, which are super quick. The ultrasonic scanner is actually a nice upgrade on the OnePlus 13 because the OnePlus 12 had an optical reader. Talking of displays, both are high-quality LTPO panels with excellent colors and viewing angles. Samsung is slightly larger at 6.9 inches versus OnePlus is 6.82, and while Samsung is fully flat with slimmer bezels, OnePlus has micro curves. But Samsung has added a brilliant anti-reflective coating on the display which makes a real difference in minimizing glare. Do note that you either have to use this phone without a screen protector or use a special screen protector from Samsung to keep this anti-reflective magic working. Alright, I know that a lot of you clicked on this video to see a proper camera shootout. So let me not get you waiting and let's dive right in. The OnePlus 13 has three 50 megapixel cameras at the back, with only the main sensor being carried over from the OnePlus 12. The ultra-wide and telephoto are all new on this one. The S25 Ultra has four rear cameras, three of which are the same as the S24 Ultra except for the new 50 megapixel ultra-wide. First up, the main sensor. The S25 Ultra delivers true-to-life colors and has slightly better dynamic range. But the OnePlus 13 brings that Hasselblad magic with a warm tint and boosted contrast that is undeniably more pleasing, if not quite color accurate. In low light, it is a close call, but the OnePlus 13 edges ahead with better highlight control. However, when things get extremely dark, the S25 Ultra's superior object detection blows the OnePlus 13 out of water. For videos, the S25 Ultra is more stable, but its footage is a bit noisier than the OnePlus's. But here's the thing. OnePlus 13's autofocus is not very good in tricky situations, giving Samsung the win for videos. Now let's go ultra-wide. Samsung's lens captures a noticeably wider field of view. While the OnePlus maintains consistent colors with the main sensor, Samsung's ultra-wide tends to oversaturate the blues. Low-light ultra-wide shots from the Samsung are also quite saturated, but they do hold on to more detail as well. Ultra-wide videos are decent on both, but that blue sky obsession continues with the Samsung. Moving on to the 3x telephoto, where Samsung's older 10 megapixel camera just cannot compete with the OnePlus for detail and post-processing. However, if natural skin tones in portraits are your thing, Samsung is still better, although the OnePlus has better edge detection. Another problem with the OnePlus 13 is that its telephoto camera has a long focusing distance, which makes it struggle to focus quite often. And despite its inferior sensor, Samsung's 3x camera handles video exposure better. At 5x zoom, Samsung's 50 megapixel telephoto is quite great. Images are packed with detail, colors are consistent with the main camera, and it is great for portrait snaps as well. Zooming in further, at 30x, Samsung retains more detail while OnePlus over-sharpens. Interestingly though, at 100x, the OnePlus photos, despite being over-processed, somehow look better, at least to me. Finally, selfies. And it is a knockout win for the S25 Ultra. The OnePlus 13 just does not know what to do with skin tones. And same goes for selfie videos, where the OnePlus 13 just struggles with exposure. Ultimately, the OnePlus 13 can take better photos than the S25 Ultra in certain situations. But as an overall camera system, the S25 Ultra is more consistent. Alright, it's now time to shed light on the software. The S25 Ultra comes with One UI 7, which is a major overhaul over One UI 6. New look and feel of this software aside, you also have repositioned controls to make the usage more intuitive. However, the primary focus of Samsung software remains AI, where Galaxy AI has even more features than before. For instance, in settings, you now don't have to type the exact name of the function you're looking for. Just give AI a hint and it will give you suggestions. Then there is also an audio eraser in the Gallery app, which helps clean up noise from your video clips. And of course, there's also this fun AI drawing tool in addition to a host of AI writing features. I'll need a dedicated video to go through all the features of Galaxy AI. So if you wanna see one, do let me know down in the comments. But the fact right now is that Galaxy AI is miles ahead of any other smartphone AI for the time being. Coming to OnePlus, its Oxygen OS 15 also has a bunch of useful AI features for photo editing and language transcription, but this software is much less AI heavy compared to Samsung's. It is quite fast and smooth to use, but it does get a lot of iOS inspired design elements. It also forces glance lock screen on you, which definitely has me mad as it was not there before. On the other hand, Samsung absolutely nails it with 7 years of Android and security updates on its flagship phones. OnePlus's software support is good too at 4+6 years, but it is no match for Samsung. In terms of raw power, I don't really have to say much. Both these phones have the latest and greatest Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, although the S25 Ultra uses a slightly overclocked 4 Galaxy version. But the S25 Ultra is still the lowest scoring 8 Elite phone on Antutu, and its GPU stability rating on 3D Mark is not particularly great either. Although in our 30-minute Genshin Impact sessions, both phones performed beautifully with no frame drops or overheating issues, so there is that. Now, let's briefly focus on underrated features. The S25 Ultra still has the iconic Note-inspired S Pen, which is a niche feature, but still extremely useful. But by now, you probably know that this S Pen lacks Bluetooth functionality, so you no longer can use it as a remote shutter for taking photos. The OnePlus 13 on the other hand has the best haptics on any smartphone. Strong and tight haptics go a long way in elevating the user experience on any smartphone, and the OnePlus 13 is pretty much unbeatable in this department. Alright, the batteries. So Samsung, surprisingly, has not jumped on the silicon carbon bandwagon, sticking with a 5000 mAh battery. It is not bad until you realize that the OnePlus 13 packs a much larger 6000 mAh cell. Still, both phones offer excellent battery life. You'll get around 8 hours of screen time on the Samsung and up to 9 hours on the OnePlus. With charging speeds, however, Samsung still seems stuck in the past with 45 watts wired charging, and then there is no adapter in the box either. The OnePlus 13 charges at more than twice that speed at 100 watts, and it also includes the charger in the box. For wireless charging, the S25 Ultra is Qi 2 wireless ready, but it lacks inbuilt magnets and maxes out at 15 watts. The OnePlus 13 offers 50 watts wireless fast charging, but you will need a proprietary charger for that. Alright, it is wrap-up time now. So the OnePlus 13 is a fantastic flagship smartphone, but the S25 Ultra is undeniably a bit better. But here is the catch. The S25 Ultra is like 15% better, but it costs a whopping 85% more than the OnePlus 13. So it boils down to how much that 15% matters to you, which mostly comes in the form of video recording and AI features. It is also very important to note that most of these Galaxy AI features will most likely trickle down to older Galaxy S smartphones as well. So if you love the OnePlus 13, just go for it. But If you're eyeing the S25 Ultra, definitely look for deals and card offers to make it better value.